Hello everyone, you all are welcome back to my channel. Merry Christmas in arrears and Happy New Year's to everybody. Okay, what do we have today in Win's Homemade Kitchen? Today we have this delightful Cameroon hibiscus tea, which is made from a plant called the roselle plant, and it's another species of the hibiscus plant. So this roselle juice is so common in some countries, especially like in Cameroon, because this plant is mostly found in Cameroon. So the first things first, I started by selecting these plants, and it's commonly known in Cameroon as Folere. So I started by selecting this my roselle Folere plant to make sure I removed every dirt from it and get rid of any foreign particle that does not look like this plant. So I selected everything and made sure I checked it very well. And for my ingredients for this recipe, this is what I'll be using. I'll be using some pineapple peels. This pineapple peels was already peeled out from my pineapple a day before I shot this video, so it was in the fridge. I preserved it in the fridge and I used it the next day. So I'll be using this pineapple and some pineapple also inside of it. And for this pineapple, you have to make sure you wash your pineapple properly to get rid of any dead particle. Make sure you wash it properly. And the next ingredient with me in this pot is my watermelon mix. I call it watermelon mix because there are other fruits inside here. It's a combination of different types of fruit. So in this pot here, I have some watermelon. I have some pomme de France, like apple, pomme de France, also called apple. I also have some sweet oranges, yellow oranges. I have some grapes, red grapes also here in this recipe. And some of these things are optional. You may not put all of these fruits here. And also for my flavors here with me, I have some milk flavor. Because of the quantity of flavor which I'll be using, that's why I'll be using 2 sachets of milk flavor. I also have 2 sachets of vanilla flavor, also because of the quantity of Folere I'll be using. And also I have also some 2 sachets of pineapple flavor. It's optional. Your flavors will depend on what you want to attain, your outcome, what you want your outcome to be. And also for my sweeteners, I have this strawberry tiara sweetener, which is also 2 sachets because of the quantity of Folere I have, and also some 2 sachets of pineapple sweetener. And I won't be using any sugar for this recipe because it does not need any sugar. So my first step, I went in with my Folere inside my pot, and before putting this Folere, I soaked this Folere in water and I drained the water out, but I did not discard the water. So I added my pineapple peels, then I went in with my watermelon and other fruits blend. I blended everything and also went in with some watermelon juice, and I allowed this to cook for about 45 minutes. So after 5 minutes, I checked this to see if it had started boiling. I decided to mix now. I mixed everything together to make sure everything was well mixed and everything was incorporated up together. So I mixed everything and just allowed it to boil for 45 to an hour. Okay guys, so after about an hour later, this is how my Folere looks like. You see that the level in which this Folere was when I added the water has gone down. It has reduced, so everything had come together. The Folere was now out, and at this point it was just ready. So I just covered my pot on one side and allowed this Folere to cool off. So my working surface in my kitchen was not so big, so I had to transfer my working equipment to my table at the back of my house. So I sent everything outside and I started draining off my Folere juice. I strained everything using my colander. I separated the juice from the peels, and after separating these peels, I still went back into boiling them. I added them back into my pot and added some water, and I started boiling them. I boiled it for about 15 minutes because it did not need to be boiled for so long because the juice had already been strained out, and I just wanted to remove the remaining juice from the Folere again. So I just added it back in my pot and I kept it on my fire, added some water, like about a bowl of water, and also added the Folere juice I obtained when I soaked my Folere from the beginning. So I added it, and you don't need to add so much water, if not your Folere will be too light. So I kept this on the fire and allowed this to boil for about 15 minutes, and after 15 minutes I checked it. I drained it the same way I did with the first one. So guys, after my Folere had cooled off, I used this little sieve on mine with well-defined holes to sieve the juice again. I sieved the juice to get rid of any Folere plants or fruit extract in this juice because I wanted a very clean and smooth juice. So I strained everything before adding my sweeteners and my flavors. This is my Folere juice. Look at how thick this looks like. It does not look light. It's so thick and very tasty. So the next step and the last step is to go in with your sweeteners. I went in first with my strawberry sweeteners. I added my pineapple sweeteners and all the sachets I had. I used all the both sachets because you want to use something that is okay and will be necessary for the quantity of what you're preparing. So for this quantity, I'll be using just 2 sachets of each of everything I'm using. Don't go with more than something. If not, your Folere might be too sweet or it might not even be sweet at all. So you really have to get a right estimation. Then I added now the first flavor I added was my pineapple flavor. I added my pineapple flavors first, then I went in with my vanilla flavor second, and the last flavor I added, this is my vanilla flavor that I'm adding now. I added the 2 packets of vanilla flavor, and the last flavor, the last set of flavor I added was my milk flavor because I wanted it to set and to bring all the remaining flavors together. So the last flavor I added was my milk flavor. I mixed everything together. I mixed everything so well, and after mixing, this Folere was just okay. Like guys, try this recipe. I urge you all to try this recipe. I always say what Hidabasi says. You cannot say a food looks good or this food tastes so nice by watching how the creator is doing it. But you can only see it tastes so good or it looks so nice by trying the recipe and also trying to replicate something like that, and you see if you will come out with the same outcome. So try this recipe. I bet you will love it. This will be the best recipe of your Zobo juice you ever have. It was so good and was so nice. So after mixing everything, I just poured everything in some containers, and also I poured some in a glass and added some ice. This recipe is so good to add some ice in it and drink. It was so good when you add some ice inside of it and you drink. It makes it so fresh. So this is my Folere, and For all of those that tasted this Folere, they could testify it was so nice. It is so healthy for your children and also a good homemade drink. So guys, if you love this recipe and you would like to try it, hit on the subscription button, like my videos, turn your notification bell for more updates, and do not forget to share my link so that other people can see my amazing homemade recipes. Thank you guys. Bye. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Bye.